In your opinion, how does this play out? Does this get pumped and dumped and vaccines never appear, and this is just a story of tears for the public investors?
Well, so I think there's a couple scenarios, Brian. I think the one that we know is that Moderna knew about the Arbutus problem. In fact, they knew about it was a big enough problem that they went to the Patent Trial Appeals Board this summer to try to get Arbutus's patent invalidated. Much to their chagrin, it didn't work. And in July, the Patent Trials Appeals Board came back and said, sorry, guys, Arbutus patent really is there and it really does stand. And obviously they sent the spin machine in motion. Moderna said, well, we think we've got workarounds and we think we've got all that kind of stuff. But their market cap took a 9% hit when people found out that maybe there was trouble brewing. And 9% is a meaningful market cap hit. You know that. Now imagine what happens in the following scenario. And this is my actual really serious concern. I think Anthony Fauci is going to paint President Trump into a corner. I think President Trump has been pushing very hard to get a vaccine into the hands of therapies around the country and potentially around the world. And I think that Moderna and Anthony Fauci know very good and well everything I'm saying. And I think that there is a reasonable possibility that they did something which this interview is going to spoil. And that's why I'm happy to do this interview. I think it's a real bummer to find out that on or about October, let's say 20 to 30, when the FDA is pressured into approving the vaccine, I think it'd be a real bummer if Arbutus filed an infringement motion to actually block the sale of the technology, thereby making it look like President Trump was an abject failure on the vaccine front. It wouldn't surprise me one bit if Anthony Fauci and Moderna have premeditated an embarrassment.
So they might kill the whole market cap just so Trump doesn't get elected. That could be one of their agendas.
You know, weirder things have happened. And look at who Anthony Fauci has been working with and for. The fact of the matter is, he has been running an antitrust violation collusive practice for the last now 18 years around the industrial complex of coronavirus. And by the way, that's not an allegation, that's a certainty. The definition of antitrust is interlocking directorates. The definition of antitrust is the fact that you price fix solutions. Remember, NIAID is a beneficiary and the buyer because they all report up to the US Department of Health and Human Services. This is the definition of antitrust violations. And Anthony Fauci is the chief architect, the conspirator in chief of price fixing, of manipulation, of interlocking directorates, of seeking foreign aid to interfere with interstate commerce. Everything that's defined under the Sherman and the Clayton Act, Anthony Fauci is the architect of it. So would it be any surprise if a guy who's actively participating in active crimes against the United States also could be manipulated to have an influence on an election? Does that sound like an October surprise that's far-fetched?